What's going on, everybody? VHS Tacos is back, but before we get going, it should go without saying, but this is a really big one. This is going to have a lot of spoilers, especially for the ending, especially for the credit stuff. Not vague stuff, like we're going to dive right into it.
Yeah.
So, seriously, there's the door. I won't
Leave!
feel bad. Here's my other thing that I have to get off my chest. Holy shit. There's a lot to unpack here, so let's just go right into it. Venom, Let There Be Carnage is the follow-up to the wildly successful yet universally hated $800 million doesn't mean that you're hated movie with Tom Hardy. We've got Andy Serkis in the director's chair. Tom Hardy has more of a writing credit this time, and the movie starts off where Eddie is, he's living like the best kind of bachelor life of sorts with Venom. For whatever reason, Cletus Cassidy, he really likes Eddie. He's taken a liking to him. So Eddie, he feels like he might be able to squeeze out some of these locations of the victims that Cletus has killed that just haven't been found yet. One thing leads to another. He's able to get the locations found out. Cletus goes to death row. He has one final meeting with Eddie. He bites Eddie, gets some of his blood in him. He gets some of the venom in him as well. Cletus turns into Carnage. All hell breaks loose. Shriek shows up. Toxin gets teased at the end, and we also get another tease at the end, but we'll save that for the end.
Oh.
The first Venom movie I really enjoyed. I literally spent the entire week leading up to that release saying this is going to be stupid, it's going to be dumb, this is going to be terrible.
He did! He was like, I'm not seeing this, and then all of a sudden, change of heart.
I was sitting there at work one day, and I said, I want to see this movie. I don't know what it is, I'll check it out. So I got tickets for it that weekend. And when the movie was over, I said, you know what? That was good. That was a pretty good movie.
That's exactly what he said.
I had a good time. I enjoyed myself. And then they announced a sequel with Andy Serkis in charge. And then, Woody Harrelson got a better looking wig.
I love Woody Harrelson.
And this movie's insane. We're talking 90 minutes. It's crisp. It's clean.
Doesn't
it
need
is
to be
wonderfully, beautifully well paced. Action scenes are really well blocked and choreographed, even though a lot of it's digital and all. But he also handles a lot of the emotional character moments well. And this movie has a lot of them. I mean, there's a lot of, stuff in here. Eddie's a loser, and he's driven away the one person that he loved, Anne. And, even though Venom's like, yeah, man, the bachelor life is great. Eddie's like, okay, yeah, cool, but, every single night, really? It'd be nice to have a normal life and come home to someone. You get that traditional buddy cop comedy stuff where, the two buddy bros are like, nah, man, I don't need you. Which leads to an amazing sequence where Eddie and Venom are beating the crap out of each other in Eddie's apartment as Venom is still in Eddie. I mean, it's awesome. And there's chickens in there, too, which are great. The movie capitalizes on what made the first one so good, which was the goofy banter back and forth, the goofiness itself, and it's well written and it's well acted. And I gotta say, just watching Tom Hardy and Woody Harrelson trying to out crazy the other person, this was a Christmas
Nobody
gift.
can out crazy Woody Harrelson.
No,
and that wig.
The wig is great. He's going natural born killers in this movie, and I mean he's phenomenal in it. As Cletus, he's phenomenal in it as Carnage. I mean, you can tell he's having a blast. His Carnage voice is awesome.
So cool. Different.
Very different. It is different.
I like that.
Naomi Harris, she shows up as Shriek. Granted, she gets offed at the end, but that does lead to a potential bad guy showing up in a sequel. But she's good, I mean, she's really not just like the love interest baddie, like a Dark Knight Rises. She actually has a purpose. She has a point.
She has her own thing.
She's
trying to accomplish.
Yeah, and it's interesting, and that leads to a really cool dynamic between her, Carnage, and Cletus. There's a nice little triangle there at the end, which is very interesting. This is a great movie. I personally would give this a 5 out of 5 tacos. We saw this in IMAX.
Yeah.
Which
it was really nice.
Traditionally,
it looked really good.
Exactly, it did. And traditionally in IMAX, you get one of 3 or 4 options. You either get the same widescreen format, just on a bigger screen.
Right.
You get some scenes that'll change ratio whenever they were shot in IMAX, and then you get Venom, which is full IMAX ratio the whole way through, which was great. This is such a bright, colorful movie. Even in the nighttime scenes, it looks great. It was
really bright,
which is good because that just means that they were given a bigger budget. And when you get someone like Andy Serkis that understands the visual craft, then
he did so good.
So good. Mrs. Taco, your thoughts, your angst against this.
I mean, You know, it was okay.
It was okay.
It was just like a little, you know, it could have been a little shorter for me. I feel like they really just like.
At 90 minutes, my forehead is glistening over how good this movie is, and you say it can be shorter. I don't glisten for nothing, okay?
No, Woody Harrelson was really great. He did a fantastic job.
His wig was great.
Naomi Harris, she did a fantastic job. I actually really even liked the dynamic between, oh my God, Michelle Williams and the guy who played Dan, Venom, and Tom Hardy's character, like all their little like love triangle. That was really, it was funny. It was really funny.
Let's go ahead and pour one out for Dan. He didn't die. No. But Dan is the best wingman anybody could have. And I agree with Venom.
Guy.
I'm with Venom. I like Dan.
I like him.
I'm the only one.
Little pointless. You know,
he is. He's a little pointless. We could have done the whole thing without him, but we like Dan.
We like Dan, but no, it was good. And then of course you had the ending.
Okay,
the
so you get a little tease at the end, right? With like the officer that's hunting down, you know, Cletus and Shriek as well. He's actually the one that shot out Shriek's eye, which is a pretty cool, like, neat little tie-in flashback. Mm-hmm. But then he ends up getting a little bit of a symbiote, something in him as well. Possibly toxin. You know, we'll see in the third Venom movie. However, and I swear to God, you guys got to listen when I say this. This is it. This is the moment to run away. Even if you've been spoiled of the entire movie, don't spoil this credit scene.
No.
Here we go. That. So the credit scene kicks off. We're watching a soap opera. When I say we, I mean you, the audience. Like, we're literally watching a soap opera. I'm actually kind of into it. Then it kind of pans back out. And here we are, you know, there's a busted up TV. And so we assume that, you know, Eddie and Venom are still kind of chilling on a beach. Probably somewhere in South America, maybe Mexico.
They are on the run.
They are. They're on the run. Mm-hmm. Venom and Eddie are talking back and forth. And Venom's like, all of this history that I have of me and my people and our race, I could blow your puny mind if I even try to tell you about it. And Eddie's like,
try me.
Yeah, bring it. And so Eddie starts to like get all, you know, like wibble wobble. And so at this moment, I'm sitting there and I'm thinking to myself in the theater, I'm like, are we about to see some epic flashback stuff teasing the King in Black?
I was interested.
Like, that would have been amazing, right? That would have been peak for me.
But
then we start to see some familiar colors flash about. And Eddie wakes up and he's in a bed and there's something playing on the TV. You can faintly hear it, but you're not sure. And then Eddie and Venom spin around to look at the TV. And there's J. Jonah Jameson from the Daily Bugle saying that Spider-Man is Peter Parker and he killed Mysterio. The multiverse has shredded itself open and has brought Venom into the MCU. So naturally, Venom licks the screen when Spider-Man's picture shows up and says, I want that one. Boom. Credits.
That's it.
There were so many people clapping and cheering.
Yeah, one guy was like standing up. Like,
he stood up and he was going ham. Myself included. I didn't stand up. There's people behind me. But, I mean, this is it, folks. Like this, you know, I mean, it's been talked about. It's been teased.
It's here.
Venom is here. Venom is in the MCU. Tom Hardy is officially part of the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
That man can't act. I'm not gonna lie, he cannot act. But
you wait until now to say. I asked you if you had anything to say.
I'm just really thinking about it, and he really cannot act. I don't know. He cannot act.
Venom, Let There Be Carnage, is a tie-in to the MCU. Finally! Which means that we'll get the black suit Spider-Man, which means that we'll get him in the MCU, which means the possibilities here are endless. This is what we have been asking for ever since we all cried ourselves to sleep after watching Tobey Maguire fight off Topher Grace. Go see Venom, Let There Be Carnage.
Go see Venom.
It's a 5 out of 5, Mrs. Taco.
I'll give it a 3.75.
The day you give a movie a 5 is like a frozen over day in hell. Go see it. Let us know down there what you guys thought, if you already saw it.
Tell me what you think of Woody Harrelson's wig.
And until next time, this is VHS Taco signing off. We'll see you guys on the next movie review, which will be No Time to Die, Early Access, baby. Woo! Adios.
Bye!